Hey, what's going on, everybody? The GERM here, and welcome to Bid-O-Wee Cemetery. Now, this isn't just any cemetery. This is a very unique cemetery. Actually, a pet cemetery. No, not Stephen King's pet cemetery. This is a pet cemetery located in Wantagh, Long Island. And I have some cool things to show you guys, so let's go check it out. Now, our pets are a very important part of our life. I know the first thing when I get home is my little Springer Spaniel, Chip, comes running up to me and gives me a hug and kisses every single time I come home, excited to see me. And that doesn't change over time. I've had a couple dogs over my lifetime. My first dog I really remember was my black coonhound named Jake. I've had a white boxer named Bailey. And recently, a couple years ago, my dog Jasmine passed away, who was also a boxer. Now, being that we all love our pets so much, some people elect to bury their pet in one of these, a pet cemetery. Odd coincidence, I just happened to tell you guys about my dog named Jake, and here I am seconds later at a grave of a dog named Jake. You see many dog names here, very common animal names that you might see. Actually, not these ones, but let's see if we can find some. How about Mickey? Bambi? Lady? This must be the Disney collection. There's another lady right here. Now you can tell this cemetery is definitely very loved and very cared for. The crew here was very nice. I came here actually very specifically to see one grave in particular. However, the staff here pointed me in a different direction and said, hey, you know what, while you're here, you should also check out another grave. And that would bring us right over here to this bare tree over here. And let's go over there and check it out. Now, the dog they led me to is this dog here, Sarge, who actually served during World War II from 1943 to 1946 and is accredited of saving many lives during his career and detecting enemies. He was born in 1941 and died in 1953. I think we need to fix his American flag because this guy is definitely a veteran. There you go, Sarge. Good boy. This is a pretty interesting grave here that I passed. This family here has buried 5 of their dogs. Actually, it looks like maybe 6 of their dogs here at this location, starting all the way back in 1970 and ending at 1973. It's a family that definitely loved their dogs a lot and wanted to remember them and probably stopped here very often. There's a few more of those common names for dogs. Peanut, or actually Peanuts, Duke, Lily. See a Momo back there, Heidi, and even another Duke. Here's another really interesting grave, Toto. Not the famous Wizard of Oz Toto, because that dog, if it was, would have lived a very long time. But this one lived from 2004 to July of 2017. Forever in our hearts. Our last and final stop arrives right over here. And let's see if anyone recognizes this famous dog, Checkers, who died back in 1964, lived from 1952 to 64. And you notice right at the bottom, look what else it says on here. Nixon. That's right, this is Nixon's famous Cocker Spaniel, Checkers. Now, being the age that I am, of course, I wasn't alive during the presidential Nixon campaign or presidency. However, I do remember when President Nixon died. I was actually in 8th grade. I remember that being the first time that I had ever seen the flag at half-mast and found out exactly what that had meant. Now, Nixon, living in New Jersey at the time, actually flew out of a local airport to me in Newburgh, New York, called Stewart International Air Base. And actually, his body flew out from there to California, where it would be buried at his, I believe it was his childhood home. This, however, is a whole nother story. I don't know a lot about it, so I'm actually going to read right from the script on this so you guys can find out a little bit more about Checkers. Checkers, the cute Cocker Spaniel that saved Richard Nixon's political career in 1952 and by extension caused Watergate and a profound period of national funk, is buried along with 50,000 other dogs, cats, chimpanzees, etc. in Long Island's Bid-O-Wee Cemetery. Checkers touched the heart of the nation with the vice president candidate Nixon was accused of a secret slush fund. Nixon appeared on television and said the only gift he received from political cronies was checkers. His children loved the dog. Nixon said he wasn't going to give the dog back, even if it was a crime. America wept. Nixon went on to become vice president under Eisenhower, and you guys know the rest of it. Since Nixon never lived in Long Island and only buried checkers there in 1964 because it was convenient, some locals look upon the dog as an unwelcome outsider. Suffolk County Historical Society has been quoted as saying, "I think it does Long Island a disservice." That doesn't stop visitors from coming, and while patriots still plant a small American flag next to the dog's granite tombstone, no one from the former First Family has ever visited. Checkers is known as being one of the most famous dogs to never live in the White House. So even though Nixon's family never came to visit Checkers, I did, and from one presidential town to another, okay, I'm gonna leave Checkers a little stone to let him know that I was here along with some other people. Now, you guys might know I'm from Hyde Park, New York, home of President FDR, and Fala, one of the most famous presidential dogs in history. So, Checkers, even though your family didn't come visit, I was here. Okay, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed today's short video. I am the Germ. If you guys haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to the staff here in pointing me to the right direction of Checkers' grave, as well as Sarge's grave, who's also a very important piece of American history. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon. I am the Germ.